first and only time I'm starting two legs on the same day. Leg 10, Newton Abbot to Wincanton. It's about 1 o'clock on Friday, the morning after the night before for an awful lot of politicians. I'm coming up to Sidmouth on the Jurassic coast, and the scenery is just astonishing. And I can't help but think that if Messrs Miliband, Clegg and Balls have a bit of time on their hands, they could do an awful lot worse than to come and walk here, because it is just stunning. Even on a not especially nice day, you just won't see scenery like this anywhere. It is just beautiful. In the pantheon of extraordinary places to stop for lunch, this may look from the backdrop like a pretty ordinary spot, but in a second I'll ping the camera around and we'll show you the other way. What about that? All the way down to Sidmouth and into the distance, looking east towards Lyme Regis, which is around the head, some way around the head at the far end. So I found myself a bench. This is where I'm having lunch. This puts these hills into perspective. I'm currently at an altitude of 340 feet. I can see from the paths down there below, I'm going all the way down to the bottom to practically sea level, and then can see the paths on the next right going up the hill to a height that is some way above my current height. So I'm going down probably about 325 feet to immediately go straight up again by 350. Walk on. There is Seaton, where I'm finishing today, and in order to get there, because the footpath is closed, I've got to cross this rather ridiculously rocky beach, which frankly at the end of 23 miles of a lot of up and a lot of down, and my legs feel absolutely shattered. I honestly could live without, but tough, no choice. Walk on. Saturday morning in Seaton. Setting off, slightly late, but it's going to be an easier day today, having had a couple of really big days. I'm walking alone to Lyme Regis this morning, where I will then meet Matthew Craston and Minty, and we'll walk north from Lyme Regis across the Dorset countryside, ending very appropriately in a very sweet little pub called the Bottle Inn, which we drove past actually on the way here, so it's always nice to see where you're going. Weather's okay, bit of rain expected, but altogether not too bad. There is the sea, shows how close I am to the sea, and we'll see what the day has in store. It's now 11:45. Let's see what that says. It's 6.5 miles, 6.5 miles as the crow flies. Let's see how long it takes me. This is not what you want to see. The southwest coast path is closed due to a landslide. What you might be relieved to hear, as I, is that this is the other end of it. This is very typical of the walk this morning. A narrow little windy path, lots of up and down, distant sound of the waves breaking on the shore, birds twittering away, and all this wild garlic. It's absolutely amazing, and bluebells and red campion, and it's absolutely stunning. It really is incredibly peaceful. I've seen 4 people the entire morning. I mean, just look at this. It's just endless up and down, and it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Well, this marks the end of the coastal walk from Teignmouth to Lyme Regis. In the background you can see the Cobb, made famous by Meryl Streep in The French Lieutenant's Woman. It has been a really quite extraordinarily beautiful walk of about 45 miles along the Jurassic coast. If you've never done it, you have to do it. It is a really astonishing piece of land and an amazing experience to walk it, even in not particularly nice weather, although today has turned really quite pleasant. But please do it. So it's Sunday afternoon. Day, gosh, which day am I on? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Day 4 of this Newton Abbot to Wincanton walk. We left the bottle inn at Marshwood this morning with Mr. Craston for company, who stayed with me until we reached Brown Windsor, where we stopped for a cup of coffee and delicious homemade flapjacks and brownies with the Carluses, which was very nice indeed. And I have now set off unaccompanied on what could best be described as a rather chilly, foggy, miserly sort of day. I hope as I get further inland that weather will improve. It's mostly footpaths today, and the objective is to certainly get to the southern edges of Yeovil and perhaps a bit beyond, but we'll see how we go. It's Newton Abbot to Wincanton, day 4. Started on the outskirts of Yeovil, and I'm heading northeast. Got about, I think I had 12.5 miles as the crow flies to Wincanton before we started. Making decent progress, albeit interrupted by a Jack Russell who decided that my calves, I can see why, they are quite impressive monsters, my calves, but this Jack Russell decided they looked particularly meaty and decided to try to help himself to a chunk. Superficial damage. It's difficult to tell actually who was least pleasant, the dog or his owner, who told me to bugger off actually when I suggested that owners of dogs should control their dogs. Anyway, I understand that's not wholly untypical of some types you find in this part of the world, which is a shame because most of the people I've met down here have been absolutely wonderful. Anyway, walk on and happily not hobble on. It's not that serious. About 1.5 miles from Wincanton, I've walked through I think about 12 consecutive fields with nothing in them. No livestock, no crops, nothing. And this bridge that you see here is fairly symptomatic of the typical state of repair of anything to do with the footpath. And I'm just coming into yet another field that's got nothing in it. But then look, here's the clue, or it seems possible that there is the clue. There is an absolutely enormous field that stretches in that direction for probably 300 yards or so, stacked with solar panels, which I guess whoever the farmer is receiving so much in subsidy that he probably doesn't give much of a monkeys for all this land. I might be missing something, and I'm very open to correction, and anyone's welcome to correct me, but it does seem odd. Leg 10, day 6. Day 6, can you believe it? I'm in the town of Wincanton, just knocking off the final 1.25 miles. I'm pleased to say no unpleasant repercussions from our Jack Russell incident yesterday. It seems to be fine, as far as I can tell. Beautiful day today. We've got a lot of people coming to the racecourse, which will be terrific. Really looking forward to it. Course walk at midday. Got BBC Radio's Somerset doing an interview at 1 o'clock. The Sherwood team are going to be there running one, and yeah, we expect a lovely day, so more later. So this is it, the end of leg 10 from Newton Abbot to Wincanton, about 95 miles, a dog bite as a bonus, some great company, some unbelievable scenery, and here we are, the winning line. I declare leg 10 over.